Alright, let's save some fairies. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing right now, this second, but... Okay, we're backing up. Oh, regrowth potion? No, no, we have to make a healing potion. Oh. Oh, I just... We could have just started with that. What did we need a handle for? Okay. My goodness. I can't see anything on the inside. I need some light. Well, sucks for you. No, I'm not doing this. There we go, jar of fireflies, alright. Okay, pile of crystals. Sure. Okay, we still don't have that. Hello. Ribbit, ribbit. It's like the one... Okay, but I know where these go. I just... Or like... I don't know... I know I need them somewhere. But where was that? Oh, here. Yeah, 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 yeah. The embers are searing hot. I can't carry them in my bare hands. You know what? I do actually believe you this time. I don't know what I'm gonna... What do I need? Oh. Hello. This is where I find my answer, I guess. Okay. Metal plates. You know metal conducts heat, right? That's gonna get super hot real fast. Like, holding in your hands. That is not a good idea. At least make it, like, wood. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna boil the water. It's just gonna... Sure. It looks like this goes second. And then this. Okay, this whole pool is just healing potion now. I mean, I guess. Works out. With ashes in them. I don't know if that was part of the recipe, but let's go.
You did it! I can fly again! I will go and find help to fight that thing, and you go after it. This will help you on your path.
Thank you, thank you. Cure little fairy's wings. Floating islands are connected to the panel in front of you. Each time you move a lever, an island moves. The goal is to line up the islands so that they make a straight path across the sky. So we're not in a cave. We're in the sky. Be careful. Moving one island causes the adjacent ones to move as well. Okay. You just steal a fairy baby? What?
The gargoyle took the heart of magic. It is an ancient artifact which keeps this world alive. There is too much power for one person to handle. We have to put it back inside the tree or this land will die.
Alright, straightforward instructions. Someone is finally explaining things to us, for once. Gazebo. There could be a gazebo that we're not seeing, but right now I'm just seeing a windmill. What is this? Did the gargoyle take this item as well? Oh. More. Sure. These locks are shaped like a butterfly. There's a chest up there, but I can't reach it without climbing up. How boring of you. Okay. Oh. A baguette. Not quite what I need. Bees always guard their home. Tuning fork. Bow. Big butterfly. Ah, fine. It did instruct me that it was big. Gazebo. Sure. I'm sorry, why?
It is already corrupting the land. We have to hurry.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me first. Why is there? What is this? What is this random statue of a king on his horse? Also, how you depict the horse shows how it died in battle, or how it died. It doesn't have to be in battle, I guess, but how it died. I don't know which is which, but like, this just looks like a statue straight out of Stockholm or something. Like, who is this? Why is he here in Fairyland? Like, what is going on? Did they wage war here and he died here? Like, what? Huh? No. Alright. Swan. Okay. Dahlia is now in my pocket. Cool. Oh. Sure. Grab a bunch of roof tiles, I guess. Sharp roof tile. There we go. Hello. This is an alchemy table. I would recognize that anywhere, and the recipe for a herbicide that would work perfectly against the thorns. Cool. Ouch, that hurts. I'm not touching it without gloves. I mean, I guess. Fabergé egg? What? Fabergé. Literally a Fabergé egg. What are you doing here? A Fabergé egg? I can't open it until I find the top decorative piece. I think it serves as a button. Did someone raid the Russian imperial family? What is happening? Mushrooms. Two left, okay. One mushroom left. Oh, actually, this is broken, the handle, I just realized. There. Mushroom, mushroom. Nope. Oh, hi. I don't know why the cursor keeps doing like the gear thing, and then I click and nothing. There's nothing. So, anyways, medium butterfly. The other one was probably small butterfly. Hello. Combination for this lock appears to right next to the chest. Lucky me. Rearrange the crystals so they match the reference on the paper next to the chest. From which angle? Is it from here? Okay, yeah, it was. You have to brute force the last three. Oh. Hello. Nutcracker. This is a great invention for cracking nuts, hazelnuts, or crumbling salt. Okay. Oh, that's crystal salt, not crystals. Okay, we need salt. We're gonna cure, ha 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 ha, something. Thought I made a pun, but I guess not. Egg tip. Oh. Just wild guess that we need the salt for here. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to break it. Cutting is always an option. Here you go. The magic powder from the egg comes next. At least that is what the instructions say. Okay. Combine all the potion ingredients in order to create herbicide. Follow the instruction which will tell the real order in which ingredients should be added instead of the fake order. Which is a problem, I guess. Whee! I can't get over the statue to the right. Like, who is that? Oh, hi.
I'm back. I brought help. Just tell us what to do.
I've no clue. Like, literally have no clue. But thank you for the help. Meadow. Organize the fairies. Alright.
The three of us should hide and attack from different sides. Eliana, can you find places for us to conceal ourselves?
Sure? The insect is shaped like a clover. There it is. It is casting some kind of foul magic without a doubt. Sure. Don't know what I'm doing with that, but cool. Glass of wine. Oh, there's wine over here. There's no handle. Weirdly common problem in these games. Screwdriver. There. Okay. Did I get any? I didn't even get anything from that. What do you mean? Why did I do that then? What? What? What am I doing? Okay, so I'm missing something somewhere else. Oh, a whole scene here. Alright, fine. Wings of a butterfly have fallen off. That does suck, actually. This jug or jar is just not having it today. Tired of all the bullshit. Judging you. High key judging constantly. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, that was your cue, I guess. Watch carefully the sequence in which the fairies glow and then select them in order to repeat the sequence which will make them attack the gargoyle.
Ready.
Okay, I'm actually surprised but glad that the fairies are like, yo, we can fight. We can like take care of our own.
Attack, sisters.
We can defend ourselves.
It looks injured.
Rotate the ring so that you complete the line of symbols depicted on the outer and central circle. All symbols must be the same in one line. Be careful when you move one ring, the adjacent ones move as well. Thank you so much. Okay, just literally just the adjacent ones, straight up. Okay. Well, that's cute. Oh. Okay, yeah, I was moving the wrong one. I was like, excuse you? Ho ho. I don't know how that worked, but sure. Return the crystal. Oh.
saving my world, Eliana. You are a great friend.
Feel like you could up security here, fam. Alright, we have seen this before. And now we're gonna check out the extras. So we have wallpapers. Actually, hold up. What does it say here? Actually, don't know. No, I don't know. Okay. Music. Dawn, Mystical, Sundown, Rising, True Quest. We can replay minigames. Rewatch cutscenes. Replay 8 show scenes. At least 6 of them. And obviously, we have some concept art. Oh, was this the first? Was this one concept for the... Interesting. Okay. I think that's all in here. I guess... Where are the achievements then? More info. Here. Achievements. Oh, ghosts. Okay. Sure. Jirin Benoit was 13 when she was sold off to a rich slave owner. Great start. Living a life of a servant, she was exposed to mistreatment and negligence by her masters. She then gained her own freedom by accidentally showing her immense talent to control fire. Yirin was the first known fire alchemist who ever stepped foot in the Zora Academy and one of the heroes from Human Kingdom to fight against the Dragon Lord. In the end, darkness consumed her and she disappeared, but not before she could transfer all her knowledge to her beloved student, Essalor Kaplan. Emlyn Sir was the only elf to ever learn at the Zora Academy, but he was different than all the rest as Emlyn was raised by humans. He never discovered his own origin, who his parents were or where he came from, even though he dedicated his entire life to that mystery. Emlyn's power resided in his brain and capability to remember everything he has read and find the hidden past of any object he touches, but chasing his own past led him into the servitude of the cult of Dragonlord, where he was consumed by his own power, losing the sense of time and space, his mind forever lost in the history. Isorius Schifrin was born to a couple of traveling vagabonds who left him as soon as they noticed how unnatural he was, as Isorius could change his appearance from human to an animal. Found by Esior Zenter, the headmaster of Zora Academy at the time, he polished his skills at an amazing rate and was, in his prime years, able to become even one of the strongest creatures known to all, a dragon. However, when he reached maturity, Isirius decided to discard his human side and to become a full-fledged dragon, which in the end led him to becoming prey to a group of dangerous dragon hunters led by Duidor de Prisco. Ardore Reimers was raised in an orphanage where his talent for teleportation was underappreciated. Rarely any adult would find it funny when a child disappeared from their sight in an instant. Ardor was the one to knock on the doors of Zora Academy at age 15, where he would form an unbreakable friendship with Afeflin Yalin. He continued to perfect his teleportation skills for the rest of his life, and just before his death, he vanished into thin air like he never existed. Esior Zentner was born a farmer's son with nothing but endless fields of corn in his future until he discovered an innate ability which enhanced his strength to almost impossible lengths. He wasn't glad to join Zora Academy, but meeting Almaev Liebert changed his opinion, and ever since that moment he followed her wherever she went. After their marriage, the couple was blessed with a child. Esior's name became well known after he became a professor at Zora Academy, and in the end, its headmaster nearing the end of his life. Duidor de Prisco was raised in Zora Academy. He was able to bring back the spirit of any being which died in the area where he was, and he used to have see-through kittens and birds following him. However, as he grew up, it wasn't enough for him to find spirits which were already there. He desired the spirit of a dragon. Duidor formed a party of mercenaries and went hunting for one. They managed to badly injure the creature, who was in fact Isirius Schifrin, but none of them lived to see the battle till the end. Esselor Kaplan was a baby when he was brought to Zora Academy by his grandfather, who became aware of his grandson's aptitude for magic. He was later placed in the hands of Yirin Benoit, who proved a distant and mysterious mentor. However, even though Esselor's talent lied in ice magic, he was, with the instruction provided by his mentor, able to combine fire and ice to create a freezing flame which burnt and froze everything in his path at the same time. Wait, I don't have all the ghosts? What? Okay, that actually, I thought I had all the ghosts. That sucks. Okay, hats. Melinda Barnett. Melinda Barnett was a woman of the human kingdom, born and raised in a noble family where her father was a knight who always wanted a son, but have never been blessed with one since his wife died young, soon after giving birth to Melinda. A lot of extra info. She was then brought up to be a knight, taught to follow and respect the honor code, to protect the weak and the defenseless. Once the war against the Dragon Lord started, she was there, in the first lines, at the Queen's side, ready to strike heavy blows. Melinda didn't live to see the end of the war, but a great statue in the capital reminds the people of her courage. Afeflin Yalin. Afeflin Yalin started his journey as a young boy of 12 when he was scouted by the headmaster of Zora Academy to become one of her most influential alchemists ever born. His specialty resided in his ability to shape matter according to his own volition. It was called transmogrification. Afeflin realized the strength of his magic when he changed stone into gold, which marked the start of a long process of exploration for many others who dreamt of becoming rich by doing the exact same thing. His ability funded the war against the Dragon Lord. Addison Adwell. Addison Adwell was a hatter in the human kingdom who had a small shop in each of the capitals, since his business was doing very well. Every morning he would stand in front of each of his hats wherever he was, and with a single touch and a word gave them a single spell. Each would be stored in the trim, which would then be glowing only slightly. His noble profession was carried on by his daughter, but never again was the glory of Adwell hats as great as when Addison was alive. Oh, do I not have this hat? No, I do. Zelenor Gortmaker. Zelenor Gortmaker discovered his magic in the later part of his life after he had had an accident where he fell from a cliff into the ocean. He never officially became a member of Zora Academy, even though a position of a professor has been offered to him several times. His talent was solely in his hands, since whatever he touched seemed to become stronger, more durable, and more worth. He was called Zelenor the Enchanter, and his magic enhanced the weapons of more than half the warriors which fought the Dragon Lord. Brock Lampkins. Brock Lampkins was the protector of the Queen of the Human Kingdom in the time of war with the Dragon Lord. He watched her grow and mature into a woman. Ever since he was a boy, he had his sword in his hand for the sake of protecting her, falling in love each passing day more and more. Once she claimed the throne, he remained by her side, raising his weapon at her every command, and when she went into war, he was there, protecting her. Once the war was over, he proclaimed his love and was accepted, thus becoming the next king of the human kingdom. Serena Massey. Serena Massey's mother took her in the field where many soldiers were injured in one battle against the Dragon Lord's army. She watched her mother bandage the wounded and comfort them, and soon began doing the same. However, what she discovered was a power of healing which she began using like it was nothing. With so many soldiers recovering after only one touch from her, the Dragon Lord ordered his gargoyles to bring her to him. Serena spent the rest of the war in a dungeon, seeing the next light of day on her 20th birthday. Elduin Nightgaze. Elduin Nightgaze was regarded as a dreamer among his fellow elves for the longest time in his eternal life. During night, his bright blue eyes would shine with the color of moonlight, and there was a whispering music about him. Under his watchful gaze, trees grew faster and flowers bloomed brighter. His gentle touch turned his home kingdom into a paradise greater than any other. However, as soon as people started to take his gift lightly, Elduin packed his belongings and began traveling the world with an unusual hat on top of his head. Lelaria Dawnwhisper. Lelaria Dawnwhisper, a priestess of their goddess of the sun. She has always been a petite frame, and due to that unfit as a warrior, which she always wanted to be. No matter how she tried to accept it, she couldn't even hold a bow properly. One day during her daily prayers, Lelaria was touched by the hand of the goddess and gained the gift of light. With one flick of her wrist, she could create a bow made of pure air and fire arrows made of sunshine. She quickly became known as the Sun Archer, leading people through the night into the new dawn. Aulun Gortmaker. Aulun Gortmaker was raised by Zelenor, her adoptive father, who was always a pleasant and gentle person. He took her in when she was 10 years old and aware of her magic powers, which she showed to no one. After all, who would look kindly upon a child able to raise the dead? She spent most of her days alone with only her pet, a fish skeleton, to keep her company. Even though she was eventually captured by the cult of the Dragon Lord, she never joined them. The last which is known about her is that she was responsible for the last fall of the cult, after which it is assumed she returned to live with Zelenor on the cliff. Blumari Drysdale. Blumari Drysdale was born a twin sister of Elumar, a boy who was considered a natural talent in water manipulation, but he died after an accident brought to him by his mentor, an unskilled water alchemist their parents hired in order to save money. Blumari escaped home, followed by her brother's spirit, and reached a cave where Sirius Schifrin resided in the late years of his life. She received a training from a famed alchemist and entered the war against the Dragon Lord years later, and eventually took the role of a professor in Zora Academy. Jamal Devi. Jamal Devi was a farmer in the human kingdom before the tyranny of the Dragon Lord, when the land was young and lush, the animals tame and friendly. He cared for his patch of land like it was his child. Once the first gargoyles started terrorizing the kingdom, he organized his family and his entire village to form a line of defense around the town hall, spending sleepless nights keeping watch, protecting everyone else. During the last day of attack, he was badly wounded and his left arm became unusable. However, he was given the title of mayor of his town. Alas, Dawn Fury. Sorry. Was a warrior elf who was orphaned very young, and he could hardly remember his parents. At an early age, he joined a crew of the ship known as the greatest pirate hunter ship called Tidecrusher, and raised among the ranks. Okay. As a very young elf of 120 years, he rose to the top and became a captain of the ship. Once the war against the Dragon Lord's forces began, he was leading an armada into war as the youngest sea captain that ever lived. It is rumored that he still travels the seas close to the Elvish lands. Talmink Steambonk. Talmink Steambonk was one of the rare survivors belonging to the cult of the Dragon Lord. She was a low-ranking cultist brought there by her parents, who joined when she was but a baby. Talmink was never able to use magic they were taught as theirs. She longed for freedom and travel. Okay. Once the war broke out, she used the opportunity to escape her parents and left during the night just one day before the big battle where the Dragon Lord died, and joined the human army. Yahuya Vintish. Yahuya Vintish was the first dwarf magician in the mountains, and she was born blessed by the god of forgery. So whenever she would try to make a weapon in the forge, it would meld under her touch to exact way she... Okay, so not forging as in faking stuff, but like being good in the forge. Okay. Her hands were always covered with burns and blisters since she wasn't scared of touching heated iron. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to teach the ability, as it was something that came from another being and it was innate instead of learnt. However, she paved the path for dwarf magician in the future. Patricia Hubbard. Patricia Hubbard began her long life as a dwarf bandit, a daughter of the bandit queen Zira Hubbard, a widow of a famous general from the War of the Dragon Lord. Patricia desired a greater destiny than that of a criminal, and thus venturing into the part of the kingdom famous for containing relics from the old war. She entered the secret caves, which served as a hiding place for remaining dragon cultists. From that point on, every trace of her disappears. However, what her bandit comrades managed to find was a single magic lamp, slightly crooked, and her infamous hat. Adan Massey. Adan Massey was the first dwarf paladin, a warrior of their church devoted to the god of justice. He was the founder of the order, which will over centuries become the mightiest army of the mountain peoples. His life was entangled in mystery and legend, which each of his deeds too great to be true. However, he did have a hammer which sent fiery sparks across the battlefield, a hammer which granted him eagle sight, boots of fast travel, and a powerful mount, a horse which looked like it was sent down by a god. Okay, that cannot be just one sentence. What was that? Okay, so we have all the hats, but we're missing one ghost, which, yeah, we are. Oh, and one of those? Wow. I really thought I got everything. Okay, well, sucks to be me. Long before the dark age of magic, the kingdoms of humans, elves, and dwarves lived strictly within their territories, refusing to accept any other race, being only interested in their own needs. The first joint effort to stop the Dragon Lord, which led to the unification of the races, was in order to stop the evil which threatened to destroy the land. Wherever the Dragon Lord would sprout his evil minions, the gargoyles, the coalition was there to stop them, but it wasn't really over until the Great Battle of the Wastes. That was the biggest battle in the history of the world, where entire armies of humans, dwarves, and elves would fall in a day, only to return with renewed strength thanks to the alchemists of the Academy. Lucy Claymore was born a third child of King Rupert, the righteous heir to the throne. The righteous heir to the throne was attacked by a group of bandits and killed. It was revealed his sister, Prince Yana, was responsible in her attempt to secure the throne, and as a punishment, she was banished from the kingdom. After the death of King Rupert, Lucy was crowned, and she proved to be, I guess, the strongest and kindest queen in human history. After Thistrock inherited the throne, influenced by his elder brothers, he took a small group of men and entered the dangerous caves, hoping to clean the caves of the gargoyles. Months passed, and Thistrock and his few men, all heavily wounded, had to retreat, only to find the throne now taken by the eldest brother, whom he imprisoned before setting on a journey to the human lands to aid in the grand war against the Dragon Lord. Okay, I also write long... I used to write, like, long sentences back when I still wrote stories and stuff. But, like, this is just... I need to breathe. When the war broke worldwide, the elf queen Malady had no doubts about whom to send to contact the humans. Her most trusted warrior and her close friend Tarquin Median. In his youth, he has seen the world beyond the elf forests and survived some of the most dangerous battles his kin has ever seen. In the war, he was the hero along with human Lucy Claymore and dwarf Thistrock Flintbrain, who destroyed the Dragon Lord's power. Princess Yana organized a group of rogue guards to kill her brothers so she could get the throne. She was also a powerful dark sorceress. Years of devotion and repressed anger for what happened turned her into an evil and cruel person with only one idea on her mind: revenge. The Dark Lady, as her fanatical followers called her, helped the Dragon Lord, I guess? Or the Dragon Lord's rise to power. Okay. Whatever. And supported him with her magic throughout the war until she was killed. Alright, loads of lore. We have a bunch of... Oh, wait, does this mean I have all of them except Collector? Yeah, that sucks. I can't... Okay, yeah, I legitimately thought I had everything. That sucks. Okay. Well, that was pretty much all the lore. I did not think we would have like 15 minutes of just reading random lore from this world, but sure. Credits. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that is everything. More games, but yeah. I will say probably the lore here at the end was the most interesting part of this game. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a super bad game, but so far it's definitely the least favorite of this series. I don't know, something about it is just like not super inspiring. And not that like the story itself is like bad, but yeah. The first Queen's Quest game will clearly always be the best, and I don't know what like the difference is or whatever, but that one was so fun to play, and I can't put my finger on what's the difference, but yeah. But we have started the series, so we'll continue. I have heard that this is the least interesting in the series, so hopefully we'll enjoy future games and stuff. Thank you all for coming on this adventure with me anyways, and yeah, I'll see you in another one. So take care and bye-bye.